Jeffrey,
ladies and gentlemen,
it's what we flew out to Washington for.
Is that the case?
That's it. That's all.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready.
I think I am. I'm pretty sure I am. But it's all up to these drivers now. We're all just going to watch as we get ready to go. The 150 lap inaugural Evergreen Cup.
Yeah, baby.
On the racetrack right now. Fastest qualifier in this one. Track record destroyer.
Oh.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, the number 3D, the Bull, Steve Durham. To his inside, we'll start the number 76 of Ricky the Kid Dietz. Row number 2 has the number 45 of Jake Reppin and the 74 of Chris Curtis. Row number 3. Hang on, I think we're doing it. Start your engines. Oh, we're doing an intro, so I got time.
You got tiempo.
Row 3, 2 teammates on the inside. The number 9, the number 33 of Nick Gunderson, and to his outside, the number 83 of Zach Larson. Row number 4 has the number 55 of Doug Wilkinson and the 98 of Richard Shanebrook. Row number 5, the number 20 of John Carlson and the 3M of Keith Taylor. Row number 6, the number 17 of Quentin Borison and the number 04 of Jessica Gray. Starting 13th and 14th, the number 95 of Harrison Hardwick, and to his outside, the number 67 of Mackenzie Dietz. Next row back is the number 58 of Chuck Wittes and the 64 of Eric Allison. Then we got the number 13 of Bruce Beeler and the 51 of Ryan Clark. Row number 10, that's the number 65 of Tony Hill and the 5 of Devin Jenkins. Row number 11, the number 0 of Gillian Lapadou and the 55J of Jessica Wilkinson. And then we still got 3 more, Jeffrey. 36 of Bill Fleshiker, the 77 of Brandon Floor, 24th, and the 25th starting position.
Was this a late entry? I haven't seen this car all day.
The number V8 of Steve Peters, who just arrived to Evergreen Speedway fashionably late, has not turned a lap the entire day. And that is your field of competitors.
And like we said, folks, have no fear, because at all times, this shot right here will be running. It will be gathering footage, and it's going. Tommy, figure eight racing is honestly unlike anything that I've ever witnessed before.
And oh, you're definitely right, Jeffrey. And that's what makes it so much fun. Makes it so much fun to go to these races, because we've seen anything and everything happen.
Yep. I mean, most of the people watching tonight have probably seen figure eight racing, and that's why they're watching, because they know. But, man, I just hope that people catch whiff of those highlights that we'll be posting and go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I got to watch this. Replays will be available if you know anyone that wasn't able to watch live tonight,
exactly,
by the way.
Yeah. Some people are racing tonight.
They are.
I'd be impressed if they're still racing.
Considering that some of those people are in Indianapolis, yeah.
11:30 at night. But, hey, if you're on the East Coast time zone, the night time's the right time to party here on the West. Figure eight racing coming up.
And just kind of work my way forward, all right?
Go right ahead.
We got these cars. Each and every one has their stories. How about this? 14-year-old, and she, that's right, she don't care. This has been a fun driver to watch all day, Tommy. The Zero Machine. The 13 had one of the most exciting qualifying laps I've ever seen in my life. Spun it out a couple times. The 67 had issues during practice, had contact, stalled things out, and then wasn't able to get back on track for practice.
Right.
Because right when that car finally got fixed, the officials were like, sorry, we're done. Scoot forward, Tommy. Some of these drivers we've seen at multiple other tracks, but never here because we've never been here before.
Never been.
How about, I mean, who do you feel has the advantage in a race like this? Oh, look, and they're doing the Roval course.
Oh,
surprise.
Okay. All right. Surprise, everybody. We're not at a figure eight race. The driver that I feel like has the drivers are the hometown drivers.
Yeah.
They know this track more than Steve Durham, than anybody else. Well, I should say, how about this? They know this track more than Steve Durham.
Yeah, I was going to
Steve
say.
Durham destroyed the track record here tonight. Fastest qualifier, starting straight up from qualifying times. So Steve is fast, but he doesn't know how this track's going to go.
Well, here we go. So what's going to be very different about this figure eight race from others that Tommy and I have been covering lately is that this one definitely, by far, has the most, so to speak, street stock type cars.
Oh, yes.
In an event like this. And that makes me excited. I love seeing, now I just want to see all these cars come out down to Orange Show. All the street stocks.
Uh-huh.
So they're going to bring it down.
It'll be 150 laps.
Them up as best as they can.
Tommy got banned from Twitter.
I did.
Lights are out. It is time. Tommy, what are they calling this race? The inaugural?
The inaugural Evergreen Cup here from Evergreen Speedway, Monroe, Washington. Oh, boy.
The field files through the turn. "25 figure eight cars ready to duel it out for 150 laps in the first ever Evergreen Cup yellow."
I kind of see what you saw there. I mean, did they wave the green?
Green.
Green. I didn't see the flag. But we're racing here.
You know why? We were looking at the
Evergreen
wrong
Cup.
flag stand. Green. We're going, folks.
Durham under fire now from Dietz. He's going to have to stay in the second spot.
At all times, again, the intersection will be covered, so don't worry about missing. Oh, there goes trouble already.
And a stack up before the crossover.
Second place with a broken left front suspension.
And we stay green.
I don't know
For
how.
now.
I don't know how we're going to stay green.
You can see that left front.
Caution flag is out. The 83 machine.
That with a bunch of people stopped in the intersection.
That's how quick this stuff happens.
And Dietz nowhere to go. 50 or the 36 pulling off the track.
Flat right rear tire, it looks like. Or maybe worse. I don't know. But the big storyline, Tommy, is definitely this car right here. Second fastest in qualifying, and look at the left front. There's nothing
Dietz.
left.
Yep.
Oh, what a heartbreaker.
Absolutely.
I mean, these are drivers that were anticipating, all right, how long do we need to last? 2 laps, and that's all it took.
Let's see a replay here. And see everybody getting through the crossover now. Here's Dietz. He has to hit the brakes.
And a couple cars here aren't going to make it through.
Yep.
Here they are.
And that's where Dietz comes around to find trouble. And boom, just rear ends. And that's just, again, that unfortunate piece of the puzzle where he is looking at the same direction Durham is. And we're going to slow this one down quite a bit. Durham, you'll see him coming into the screen right now.
They are not counting cautions.
Durham's looking right. Everybody trying to see what the oncoming across the bow traffic is going to be. And
he's looking at what Durham's slowing down for.
Had no idea. Curtis getting involved. Gunderson sneaking by. Larson having to come to a stop.
I thought Larson may have had a bigger issue because he stopped there for a while. May have lost a lap. Something we'll have to keep an eye on with time and scoring.
Just like that, your race can come to a crashing halt.
And Tommy, I think we're getting ready for the restart. This time we're going to look at the right flag man.
The flag man that we're used to seeing disappeared.
I thought it was sitting. All right, so the question is now, how bad are some of these cars?
You can see over in the pit area, Dietz, no work. No work at all.
There's a few people looking, but I'd be surprised if anything's being done.
Well, it's an endurance race. You still got to try.
I like how I see Durham right now giving the one to go.
He is the flag man. He's the leader. He's in control of this race. 3D of Durham, farthest traveler, still has yet to ever win.
Or maybe not. He's pointing. He's directing traffic right now. He is protesting. He wants his camera started. I don't know. Durham wants something.
He wants something. He is yet to win a figure 8 late model outlaw race.
He says there's debris.
Good eye. Good eye on the bull.
This official asked me if the camera would be pointing at him all night.
That debris must have been colored red because the bull had an eye for it. But yeah, Jeffrey, think about this. We've seen Durham running so well, so much.
Well, why doesn't he just drive a street sweeper?
He has yet to win an outlaw figure 8 race.
You ready for this? You ready to go back?
Let's do it.
We'll see if any cars are able to continue on, but so far there's one car out, but the 36 is ready to come back. Green flag. Durham really taking advantage of being in control of these restarts.
Such an interesting way to restart.
And the 36 is back on track, Tommy, and he's going to go right back to where he got hit.
I mean, Durham having to accelerate at the start-finish line.
Oh, and we have an intersection again.
Clipped the 0. That's a 45 and repping.
Look at this. Look at this, Tommy. Trouble in the lead.
Another stack up.
Oh, and a big hit for the 20 and the 0. And watch out, watch out.
A huge crash all on one particular lap.
We've made it to lap 4. Now, last night, you and I were getting off the airplane.
Red flag.
And you turned to me, and you said something along the lines of, you had a feeling about this race. What was it that you thought?
I had a feeling, Jeffrey, that this was going to be the wild bunch.
How did the 36 get involved in this? I thought he was sparked over the other one.
They had wrecked 3 different times on this one corner.
A hard hit for the 20. That Tommy just purchased that car.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. A lot of cars caught up in this one, and those were big hits.
John Carlson and that 20 climbing out.
Oh.
So this is definitely the race that you want to get a few laps going.
You know what it is? A lot of what I'm seeing here, Tommy, is with, Durham's your leader, and he's used to running with the Indy crowd who, as we've seen, they're these type of races are like, oh, yeah. I'm wondering if part of this is a little bit of an experience on the side of the some of the street stock cars. But here's my point: is that that's figure 8 racing. It's fair game. But it looked almost like Durham when he started going through that corner was like, wait, why isn't anyone giving me room right now? I'm the leader.
So
Hey,
we backed this up just a little bit. Here's where the 0 gets clipped.
this is the first problem. This is the start of it. Reppin getting involved.
But you know that there's more to come.
And look, right here, Durham.
Comes to a stop.
It's like, what the heck's going on? And there, the 20 machine just had no idea that car was there. And then it gets worse.
Oh, just a bunch of cars getting shoved in and hard hits. Jessica Gray in the middle of this one as well. We backed it up, and I think we got time to slow it down. So
Yeah,
we're going
we
to see
do.
the initial.
They're still trying to figure out how to undo these cars from each other.
All right, so here's Reppin. He has to avoid. He's found a gap, but the gap kind of closed there. So he clips the 0. Sends the young lady around. And we ain't done because here comes
Now
Durham,
watch Durham here.
Durham comes to a stop.
So he's ahead of this group, but you're going to see he all of a sudden is like, well, wait, what, that right there, why isn't anyone stopping? Reppin turns to 74, who's woeing up. And look at the 20. Just, I just don't think he saw that 0 until he was about to hit it.
And then it gets worse because here comes the 51 locking the brake. So you know everybody at this point making evasive action.
There's Gray coming into it, slowing down for it. Now the 55 might not even see really what's ahead.
And then the track is blocked.
Some of these cars were probably going to be fine, but I think that last shot definitely finished some of them off. That poor 36 car, he's been involved in 2 wrecks in 4 laps.
I know, exactly.
3 laps now, we've reverted back.
Well, I just want to update everybody. Steve Durham still has the fastest lap of the race.
Thank you. I was wondering. Someone just vaped. Tommy, the 76 of Dietz.
Here he comes.
You never give up. And he's like, what, 2 laps down?
Technically 2 laps down. Well, 3, but we'll see what happens when we go back to green.
No. Did we do a full restart?
That's why I'm saying it's technical. Because obviously,
Wow. That's incredible. What a testament to these crews.
all right,
And that
Dietz.
crew.
according to my scoring and according to you at home, I'm going to verify this, but Ricky the Kid,
So make that 20 cars.
is 1 lap down.
That is incredible. Who would have figured? And by the way, is this a car waiting to get back on the track, or is that a golf cart? The 30s, I don't know what he's doing.
Who knows?
I think he's just parking his
that
car
could
there.
be a golf cart. Maybe it's a golf cart that entered
I
the
honestly
figure
think
race.
the push torque probably pushed all the way through that car. Well,
Try this one again.
Holy-
Durham is your leader.
this will be fun. I can't wait to see what Dietz can do now.
Reppin in second spot.
It's kind of the weird.
Wilkinson in third. What?
I was just gonna say it's kind of one of the weird things about it is, you know, one person has misfortune, you go, oh no, and they probably sat and went, well, is it worth fixing? And almost immediately a big issue happens, to which I'm sure they were like,
Okay, it's time.
yeah. I had a feeling they were working on it. 1 lap till we go racing. These poor GoPros, man, they're being pushed to the limit.
Durham's number 3D. There you see him leading. Got to be a nice feeling, but
So watch, let's see.
I was going to say it's got to be a nice feeling to be in the lead. However, he's also had to come to a stop
Yes.
in one of the wildest intersections in the north.
Yeah, don't they call it the most dangerous intersection?
Yep.
Now,
All right.
what?
Jeffrey.
Let's see if he does this again. Last time, Durham rolled up to the start and then mashed the gas. He waited till everyone was,
There he goes. He's
was starting to
creeping.
relax.
Creeping.
And that's his way
creeping.
of kind of pulling away.
Creeping.
That does it again.
Does it
Started
again.
earlier that time.
So back to racing here. 147 laps to go. Durham out to an
Where
early
are
lead.
you going? That car didn't turn very good. All right, here we go again.
Oh, trouble, turn 3. Turn 3, we got around is the number 55.
Now Durham found a window.
And Dietz having to make a U-turn. Curtis having to go take evasive action. He slips back to 5th. And here you see a big battle here from 4th on back. Now Dietz, another lap down, but this time he's still in the race.
It's like he just pulls it off. He's like, all right, now I've had it. Hesitation, hesitation.
And there's the hit, there's the shot. The number 5, Devin Jenkins get into the back bumper there.
Still going, got away with that one. Look at this gaggle.
Huge lap traffic for Durham. He's got Reppin behind. First and second just changed. Reppin up to the lead. Durham back to second. More lap traffic up ahead for these two as they are trying to crisscross through. Just a lap traffic. They're not even having to deal with anybody in the intersection.
Off the track is the 51 and the 5.
Larson in 3rd. He's on the back bumper of Durham. Oh, big stack up into turn number 3.
And Dietz wants that lap back. Oh, 3-1.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dietz, technically, he's got nothing to lose. He just wants to get back on the lead lap.
Here's your leaders.
Reppin, your leader. Durham in 2nd, Larson 3rd, Curtis 4th, Gunderson in 5th.
I love it. I love what these drivers do.
Now we found our rhythm, Jeffrey. We're racing now. Clean sailing for your leaders at the moment. Though as soon as they get free, the intersection's starting to work up again. Everybody on one side of the track at the moment. Oh, stack up there, Sins. Car is climbing the V8. Going around.
That was help. Oh, watch out. That was Dietz. Shoved one car all the way through the corner to make sure that he basically used the car as a bowling ball.
Leaders coming through the intersection.
Watch out. Here comes the V8.
V8 just trying to run laps.
Watch out, the 98 being stuck there. That could cause some big problems.
Taking a look here, stuck parked in the intersection, lap traffic for your leaders.
64 gets moved, maybe an issue for the 64.
Yeah, he's gonna pull it off into the pits, Jeffrey. Reppin. Trying to hold off Durham and Curtis. Still the 98 parked in the intersection.
Top 5 are all right there. They might, I was gonna say they might throw the caution for this 98 car.
And they do. So the 98 bringing out yellow number 3 in this one. It's a 98. Of Richard Shainbrook. For some reason, I had the hardest time finding the brightest car on the track on my race control.
So in this incident, let me kind of go back. So the 13, you notice a little bit of bumper damage.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That would be the where'd he go?
The pickup truck.
Where'd the 76 go?
Dietz probably back in the pits, working on it a little bit more.
It was he, I guess maybe disagreed with something that one car did and shoved him, the 13, and the 13, like I said, was a bowling ball and the V8 was a pin. So they're working on that car.
The 5 of Devin Jenkins into the pit area as well.
That was the car we saw pull off.
Yep.
Well, the 64 pulled into the pits. Don't make a U-turn. Just come right back.
The lights were off, now they're back on. 64 driver of Eric Allison
That's right. Returning to the racetrack. Well, we are slimming up the field even more now.
Yeah, we are. I wonder if this is going to be kind of like an orange show race where a lot of drivers fall out early.
Well, we're on that 14. There's only 136 laps to go. Taking a look at the V8, seeing if any of that needs to be fixed.
So there's actually a really good tweet. Kylie Schaefer saying at LBTV, it's the crossover, not the intersection. Now here's the difference, right? Tomato, tomato, in a way.
Okay.
Us in California versus you all
Figure 8.
V8. So us in California versus you all in Indianapolis, the difference is we call it on the West Coast the intersection because out west with all the traffic, that's where we spend the most time together as a family, is waiting at the intersection.
Yes.
The crossover is just something to get through. It's just a pathway. That's when you live out in the Midwest. On the West Coast, Northwest, South, Southwest, Jeffrey, we're all together at the red light, enjoying each other's music. One to go at the light. So, Kylie, that's just my, I guess you could say that's your and I's accent.
15 cars left. We've knocked out 10 cars in 14 laps.
And then Jessica Lynn's got a great tweet. Anyone watching from out of town may be interested to know that Borison's nickname is the One-Arm Bandit, driving the figure 8 with one arm and winning the track championship year after year. And that's very true, Jeffrey. We learned this earlier today. Borison, the One-Arm Bandit.
In the number 5.
Here we go, back to green. Jake Reppin brings the field across the line.
V8 just hit a tractor tire.
V8. I don't think that car's got the best steering. So we have a warning over in turn number 1 and 2, but no caution. V8 backs it up,
Pulling away.
and pulls
Driving
it
away.
So Steve Peters continuing on as Reppin continues on with his lead over Durham, Curtis, Larson, Gunderson, and Wilkinson.
Now Dietz is losing laps.
Yeah, he's losing him in a hurry, too.
They are
Jake,
working on it.
Jakers to the 45, Jake Reppin.
Hey!
Curtis haven't hit the brakes. Larson's went to try the outside now. Into turns number 3 and 4. And now lap traffic for Reppin. He is behind the number 98. And more traffic up ahead. So Shane Brook to his outside, and behind him is a swarm of leaders, but Reppin has to pick and choose a way around, and Curtis is just going to make a move to the outside. Oh, but he gets collected contact with Durham, and somehow, for the moment, we continue going forward.
I thought that could have been a tire easily right there. If they're already this aggressive with lap traffic, just wait till we get halfway.
A lot of time loss with Larson and Curtis. That's 3rd and 4th. That's a big gap between 3rd and 4th. Durham, the meat in the Washington sandwich right now. The local drivers have Durham in the middle.
Oh, V8. Gotta love him. I think V8 might be our Ron Davis. 98 is stopped again. Here we go, Durham to the lead.
To the lead, a lap traffic will change the lead hands once more.
This might be the biggest lap traffic effective racetrack I've seen.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying that on lap 23.
So the Bull Steve Durham takes the lead through hesitation at the crossover.
Caution flag for the 98 again.
There you see the 98 parked. Now over here, Wilkinson and Larson. As you see the 98 parked right there. There's only so many laps that you're going to have to. The 98 parked well outside of the racing lane, but as safety, Richard Chainbrook, you know, there's only so many laps that they can wait for you to continue going forward. And
maybe he's like Enrico Paolini in Rat Race, and he falls asleep.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did you even consider that?
I didn't. That came out of left field.
He is Enrico Paolini.
127 laps remaining. The 98 Chainbrook getting pushed into the pit area.
Lost one there. I think they're trying to see if this car will just go. He's like, no. No, 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 no. Okay.
Deborah Durham saying Indy Rowdy for Steve the Bull Durham. Kristen Brown saying poor Jessica with a sad face.
Green flag.
And we're back to racing.
That one snuck up on me.
Didn't sneak up on Durham. He's got himself a nice gap over second place battle there. Reppin and Curtis. Curtis will hold on to that second spot. Wilkinson in fourth. Larson and Gunderson behind. You see Wilkinson, Larson, Gunderson, and the whole rest of the field as we got some battles here. Street Stock Bunch, they got a race within a race. Part of the race is staying out of the way. The other part of the race is battling with each other. And keeping it tight there. Oh, hesitation, stack up. And there's your leaders.
Durham has run away from this pack, by the way. Oh, Reppin! What an avoidance!
Sneaking right through the middle was the number 17. Not like they had the most opportunity, but the 17 of Quinn Morrison, a one-armed bandit. Nearly saw a deer, came in like a deer in headlights there. Good side-by-side racing.
I mean, Durham's just got nowhere to go.
No. And the problem is, like I said, it's good side-by-side racing, but Durham hates to see lap traffic in his way. However, he's opened up a pretty good-sized gap, as you can see, over Curtis right now.
There's Durham, here's Curtis.
2.5 second lead over Curtis. And that gap is now continuing to extend. Racing it out here at Evergreen Speedway, Jeffrey. Our first trip, their first Evergreen Cup. Has it been living up to its expectation, do you feel?
Oh. We figured it was going to be wild. But now that we got a rhythm going, I'm eager to see just how this race shapes up.
Boy, it's getting tight through the last couple of corners there. Curtis, Wilkinson, they're trying to all pick through lap traffic, as well as Larson and Gunderson.
Here's Durham.
Driving away. He's got his sun visors down and his sunglasses on. He's probably even got a cigarette in his mouth as he's racing it out here.
You know he's lost a lot of time as this 45 of Reppin. He's almost going to go a lap down here.
Yeah. Oh, and some hitting there. Gunderson left rear tag. Will this cut a tire? Looks like Gunderson's okay. As we have 116 laps left in the book, 115 now.
That lead is shrinking for Durham.
He's literally in the thick of things right now. That move over flag means absolutely nothing to some people. And a lot of drivers just don't care.
Nope.
Durham
Returning to
gets by.
the track is Dietz. Reppin'.
Here is Curtis, all within arm's reach now. Wilkinson, the third place runner, getting by Larson. But you see the top two on the screen. Coming around turn number 1 and 2. Some hitting the brakes there.
As mentioned, Dietz has returned to 76.
Well, Dietz spared another fix. However, Gunderson took the biggest hit in that one, and they didn't even make contact.
Yeah.
So Gunderson now losing more time, and you were just talking about this with Reppin. Now Gunderson's meeting the bad luck in that intersection.
Right.
Oh, more bad luck in the turns number 1 and 2 for Gunderson.
The battle for second right here. 3 cars racing for it. Durham taking advantage of the 17 off the track, Tommy.
Leader has lapped up to 6th place so far in this race, with 6 cars left on the lead lap.
17 has pulled off, and now Reppin, who was leading earlier, is at risk of losing a lap. Oh, and he gets hit.
He continues on though. He's trying to fight Durham, staying on the lead lap. Pivotal moment in this race for Reppin. You get behind the 8 ball or the 3D ball, it's just going to make for a longer night.
And look at this battle for the lead.
All right, so Jeffrey, if you're Curtis right now, you want to take every advantage you can get right now.
Yep.
Chris Curtis in the 74, 2017 track champion in figure 8 racing, has his eyes full on Durham and making the move. However, Durham will have the
Watch out, Durham, watch out.
Durham slipping back to 3rd now.
Almost back to 4th. Reppin is doing everything he can to not lose a lap, and I think there was contact there.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wilkinson in the 58 making contact. Chuck Wittes in the 58. The leaders all clear him.
We've seen Wilkinson have some bad luck, Tommy. Once.
Oh, Wilkinson getting turned.
Once they spelled his name Doig.
Eric Allison with the assist on Wilkinson.
I just felt like that was relevant information at the moment.
So Wilkinson will slip back to 4th.
So your leader, the 74, returning to the racetrack. It looks like the 55 machine.
So now we got 3 cars on the lead lap. Durham in 3rd. Oh,
that was the slowest.
Stack up.
But
Here
watch
we
out,
go.
watch out. Oh!
Huge impact there. Wittes into the side. We go red. Gunderson stopped making contact there in the intersection, and Wittes, Jeffrey, comes in and nails the passenger side of Gunderson.
And that's the thing, Tommy. Didn't have a chance to say it.
But we kind of knew it was coming.
But I was going to say that they had little contact.
Yeah.
It was the smallest hit I've ever seen in an intersection.
They just needed to put it
but
in gear.
they were in the worst possible spot.
Yeah, that was a gnarly hit there as we go red. Now that was with the number 67.
Right now, you know, the thing you just want to see is these drivers be able to climb out.
So Mackenzie Dietz and the 33G of Gunderson.
What's good is I already see them working the tow truck right now.
Looks like, is Mackenzie getting out of, no? Trying to see here.
I'll be curious to see this one again.
And go ahead and take a look over here.
Well, I see them patting Gunderson on the shoulder. Tommy, now here's the question: is Gunderson just like change my tires? I mean, he's going for it. Like what's good right now is compared to the last wreck, we saw a lot of medical personnel make their way out on the track very quickly.
Yeah.
For this one, they taking a look. We see the 67. That car might be ready to keep going.
She should be okay technically because all the impact, unfortunately, was on.
There's
Gunderson.
the 58 driver hanging out of his car.
Wittes there. He'll be hurting in the morning.
Just went around. I mean, that was such a square hit.
Yeah. No,
Like-
you can tell he just. I want to make sure. I got a replay dialed up, but we're not gonna.
Yeah, we'll wait.
We're not gonna do anything.
Now they're
until-
talking right now, but we'll still wait.
Once Gunderson climbs out of the car, then we will.
He might not. He might say, "Oh, we can fix this." I don't know how they would.
I mean, I've seen miracles happen.
I mean, they're literally like, put it on the tow truck.
I've seen miracles happen.
That's going to be such a weird onboard camera to look at, because it's literally just going to look like the car just decided to floor it in a different direction.
Well, Jeffrey?
I mean, look how far these cars ended up from where they parked. Like, these things traveled, what, 20, 30 feet?
Show the replay.
All right, well, wait for me. I'm excited to just know what the heck
So,
happened here.
The 33 and the 67, Dietz and Gunderson, right here.
They were
already
fine
tapped.
right
They've
now.
already tapped.
They were okay.
I can show the replay of them tapping each other.
Please do.
But, boom!
So the 67 actually got hit by someone else.
Yeah.
That's where I was trying to figure out how the 67 ended up where it ended up.
That was a hard hit. And you can tell by the way the traffic was coming in that it was not going to be pretty.
It's the 77, I think, who catches the 67. Look how hard.
I mean, there's no brakes locked up at all.
Again, these drivers are looking at what's coming at them from the side a lot of times.
Yeah, that is. I mean, the wheels are in between the wheels of Gunderson.
Now watch the 77 here.
You think he's just like, hey, well, I want to be part of the wreck too.
Definitely.
Figure eight racing. It's not
Watch this at real
for the
speed.
faint of heart, and you're going to see it at real speed.
This is just such. I mean, it just.
Oh, yeah.
Square.
I just want to show this too. Look at 58. Watch his helmet. Watch his helmet right now. This is what, you know, this is where he's going to feel it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Watch them fix both those cars and get them out of the track.
I've seen miracles happen before.
Well, sometimes it's the square hits that you get away with. But that was pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm imagining the whole chassis is turned into a U shape after that one.
Which car?
Well, one's tacoed, we call it in California, when the frames are
one's
buckled.
a hamburger.
Yeah, and then one's
One's a sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
We've made the field smaller, but we're almost a third of the way now.
Well, we're just Kristen Brown. This
Yeah.
poor girl. We are just breaking her heart the whole race. She's sad that Jessica Gray fell out,
Yeah.
and now she's sad. You know,
We're
of course,
sad too.
That I mean, we are too. We're extending the sadness, but on Twitter she goes, "No, not Nick."
That was one of our low-budget TV onboard camera-carrying cars.
Deborah Durham saying Indy up on their feet right now for their driver of Durham, who is in third at the moment. But he was leading there for a while, so that's probably
He
when her
was.
tweet
He was.
came across. Sorry we're not able to
67's
show you this
rolling.
on the computer.
I figured it would. At 77, I would have been more concerned about in that incident.
Matt
between the
Smith,
two of them.
rookie of the World Figure 8
Rookie of the year.
Endurance
Yeah.
race at the Indianapolis Speedrome.
What a run for
Po-
Smith.
yeah, podium finisher
Incredible.
is asking us, as
And
if
they're-
we know any better.
These two just hit again, by the way.
Matt Smith asking, what was the 58 looking at?
And 17 back on track. This car had pulled off, so there's a returning car. Now I'm looking over here, Tommy, at a couple things. The 98 has one driver fixing. We're going back to racing. You ready?
Oh yeah, here we go. Lights out and
Green.
green flag. Notice our flag man's back.
Yep.
As you see on the screen, 103 laps to go. Battle for the second spot.
And you said there's 3 cars on the lead lap?
Sure is, and you're seeing all 3 of them.
Reppin is the first car 1 lap down. With a good side-by-side race for a second.
Five cars on the lead lap.
Aha, 55. And who's the last one?
Top 5 right now, 74 Chris Curtis, 83 Zach Larson, 3D Steve Durham, 45 Jake Reppin, and Wilkinson in the 55.
Reppin is on the lead lap.
55 is on the lead lap. So top 5 on the scoreboard and on your screen.
So that means Reppin stayed on the lead lap in that incident.
Yes, he did. So that's where it can come back.
That's why you fight as hard as he did. Well, here's your leader.
Chris Curtis and the number 74, Jeffrey. We've seen heartbreak out of him before when he traveled down to Orange Show Speedway and qualified or practice. In practice, had a stuck throttle and drilled the turn 1 wall, and unfortunately was not able to continue. He went to the hospital. Obviously, he's recovered. And in the lead on lap number 52.
67 involved in that last incident.
Uh-oh. In front of your leaders, Curtis doing a great job of avoiding.
That's kind of a blind spot, I imagine.
And
64 pulled it off. I thought someone was going the wrong way. And this is just getting worse.
Yellow.
Yeah,
Yellow,
that's
yellow,
a good
yellow.
call. No point in leaving this the way it is. So the 64 is back to the pit area. Asking for a water or something. Hey.
Eric Allison. Wait, no. You said 64.
64.
I saw the 64. I'm screwed up.
It's a left rear flat tire for the 17.
And I was right the first time. Eric Allison, the 64, 8th place runner in the pits, now coming back out. Making the way downtown. Something, something. Ding, 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 ding.
I'm just looking at the 33.
Yeah, what do you see? I guess I can learn too. I mean, yes, there's jack stands and people at work, but I'm guessing that's just to put it back in the trailer. All right, Trevor, you ready to try it again?
Yeah.
Inside of 100 laps to go, 97 to go to be exact. We go back to racing. Ooh, some contact there for you, top 2.
Oh.
Larson with a move to the inside. He's held with 74 of Curtis on this restart. He's on the outside.
Now Reppin to third. Oh, bumper tag.
These two might not be happy with each other.
That's okay. Sometimes that makes it more fun.
So Durham back to 4th at the moment. Reppin up to 3rd. Wilkinson just kind of letting these drivers do their thing. He's got them all on a leash right now. He's taking them for a walk in that 5th spot in that 55.
Yeah.
Oh, intersection.
65. Uh-oh. That don't look good.
No. That thing's sparking like it's got a flat left front.
Left rear.
That's even worse.
We'll see if they get it back out.
Well, Jeffrey, the trend, I feel like on the west side of the country, oh boy, in front of your leaders. Hang on, I'll get to that trend here in a second. We got to make sure we get through this cleanly. I think we did it. So, what I'm saying is, I feel like the trend continues on this left coast, if you will, where attrition is key, management getting through is key. We lose a lot of cars at the start of the race, and the remainder of the race is everybody fighting for a position within the top 5.
You just need to survive that early part of the race, and then okay, now we'll have it out. 74 though, he's just starting to pull away.
Chris Curtis again showing his muscle in this race.
67, as you see, is back on track. It's the 65 that we're waiting to see return. I see the 65 car rolling.
Yep. But what I was getting at for everybody else that I'm curious what the heck I mean, in past history, a lot of cars fall out at the beginning, whereas compared to Showtime Speedway, compared to the Indianapolis Speedrome, where those are battles the entire race, right? For a position, and everybody has a really good chance with everybody they're battling with. Everybody's usually on the same pace, and for a leader, it's a lot more to manage. Here at Orange Show, here at Evergreen Speedway, the leaders all have to manage the top 5 that they're in. If you're in the top 5, you're really battling to try to get past or to keep the person behind you from passing you.
And we do see lap traffic come into play a lot at these West Coast races.
And we'll call it like we see it. I feel like that's something that we pride ourselves with low budget TV. Really, everybody outside of the top 5 are not even close to the pace that the top 5 are in. So you've got to really try to find your way around these slower cars. Not the case when you go to the Speedrome. Not the case when the Speedrome drivers, a lot of them come down to Florida.
Lap traffic for your leader, allowing this second group to close in.
And Curtis, is he going to try it for the middle? Here comes Larson. Reppin taking a peek and making the move up to second now. Durham on the inside, a little contact, and Durham up to third. So Larson with a good idea turned into a bad move.
Sometimes I don't know what these drivers
are going to do.
Yeah. I never know what they're going to do. Watch out for the rear end jobs that happen with these. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Durham up to third. Oh, trouble in front of your leaders.
And so far they get by. Everybody good.
All cars rolling. The 98 looks like he's thinking about coming back, but he's not sure.
For the record, he was pushed out to that spot, but then pushed no more.
Huh. Oh, and again, lap traffic. Here we go. 65 on track.
V8. V8, that thing is smoking.
What a battle for second we have going on right here.
And it's been like this for a while here. Reppin, Durham, Larson, Dietz, who wishes he wasn't so far back.
55 off the track again.
This has got to aggravate if you're Dietz, because you can run with the fast drivers.
Yeah.
You're just out of the race technically.
But, oh!
Wilkinson and the 77, and that'll put Wilkinson a lap down.
They get going. They know you don't want to get stuck. Oh, trouble for Reppin!
Reppin and the 77, and now we got problems. We got a rivalry. Reppin getting involved.
Tommy?
Yep. We got rivalries.
I mean, I get Reppin's disappointment, but I think the 77's going to have to sell this one. He's like, you gave me a flat tire. Where's that wireless cam that we could really use right now?
Brandon Floor.
Now, they don't count caution laps, which is a different dynamic than we see with, like, Indy, where if you have an issue, and by the way, I think this car just has all flat tires right now. 65. All right, let's see what happens here. What's going on? Tommy, V8. We got all sorts of issues. 77. I'll be curious when he goes through the pit area if he's going to. There goes V8.
That thing.
Well, we're at halfway. Can you tell?
That thing is a choo-choo train.
Reppin is still on track. And what's the 55 doing? Oh, no, the cone.
Wilkinson got spun out again.
Is that a drive shaft? Or is that a cone? It's a cone.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
a straw. A big straw.
Rivalries, everything.
Yep.
Here in this one tonight.
Well, I think we're going back to racing. Yes, we are. And Durham
trying for the second spot, gets it.
There are 9 cars on track right now. And the V8 is really smoking. 65 returns. Make it 10. We're back to double digits. There is an ambulance over in the pit area, but I don't think that it's doing anything. I think it was checking things out. So Durham is just second. I just saw a lot of people running towards the 77, so I wondered.
I'd imagine there's probably some scuffling going on the back straightaway. Oh, no, because he's coming back on track.
Well, somebody kicked the 77 car. That did happen. Why would you kick such a beautiful car?
Curtis is under fire from the bull. Steve Durham.
Now here's my question: is the 77 and 45 going to continue to have problems? Or do you think they've let it out?
You'd figure they let it out, but Jeffrey, as far as Reppin knows, at this point in the race, this race is over, right?
Right.
So he might just let loose. Who knows?
I bet they're just going to flip each other off every time they go through the intersection.
It has been done.
Battle for the lead, lap traffic involved.
Curtis, your leader. Durham trying to figure out the best lane. And Larson, top 3, all under a blanket. Larson to the inside of Durham for second. 70 laps to go. Durham will survive and hold on to second at the moment. Lap traffic, Curtis getting involved with the 77.
Well, he's probably mad at all the Outlaw cars now.
And Reppin off the track. Possible down tire, who knows? But Reppin off the track out of 5th place.
Here we go again with the lap traffic.
You watch this. I'm going to keep my eye on Reppin right now. Crew running over to try to assist. We're working on the front end of Reppin, the 45. So part of me thinks that all that altercation he had with the number 77 of Brandon Floor, that has knocked some toe out, and he just can't drive this 45.
It had to be bad enough that they didn't want to just wait till the next caution.
Exactly.
Because again, that's a dynamic here. You can work under a caution and not lose any laps.
1 and 2 on the screen right now, Curtis and Durham.
Speaking of laps, ooh, we have 65 of them left. I wonder if anyone else is thrown off every now and then as we watch the intersection by this flag right here. I keep thinking there's a car like right there.
Yeah.
Then I realized, nope.
Oh, Canada. Oh, boy. Curtis has pulled up a lead. 1.3 second advantage. Let's see now. 1.1, so Durham starting to reel in Curtis again.
I think the top three are where they want to be right now. They, you know, you don't have a lot of time left to just wait.
And yeah, Jeffrey, the sand is running. We're 61 laps to go. That hourglass is running pretty quickly at this point in time of the race. So we'll see how this one shapes up. 60 laps to go. Curtis, Durham, Larson, your top three. And the only two cars on the lead lap are your top two. Duh.
Duh.
But we go yellow, 67.
See, and that's it. Like, now the 83 going by right here. It's good. It's like all that time, I didn't even have to make it up. All right, let's assess the pit area. Let's start in the back here, the V8.
V8 right here. That thing is still smoking.
Next to him.
Doesn't look like he's continuing on.
Who's that? Is that the 55?
I don't know. That's a bad sign when you can't tell.
A truck. Let's see, scoot forward. There's 3M we saw involved in that wreck earlier.
Helmet's off on the window.
There's a 55.
Did you show repping yet? Or are we not there yet?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, there's the 33. They're still working on the car to get it in the trailer.
Sure.
The jack is on the left side of the car now. There's repping. Something in the back end. It looks like maybe the rear end has come apart, possibly, as we go back to green. So Curtis, Durham, and Larson, your only cars on the lead lap.
9 cars left on the track.
Wilkinson behind him, 1 lap down. And the blue number 55.
Wilkinson just needs to hang in there at this point.
Yeah, he definitely can. And who knows what's going to happen with all this continuous racing for lap traffic and everything else. And again, you feel bad for Dietz.
Yep.
Technically running in third, however, he's not even close to third spot. Running with the fast drivers.
How about one of our street stalkers? This car right here, 5th place.
That's right, the number 13.
And that was a car used as a bowling ball earlier.
13 of Bruce Beeler. Don't get him down, Bruce. Don't get me down.
Do you think the Indy crowd back in Indy right now is going nuts for Steve?
That's what I keep hearing from the Durham family. Everybody in Indy are on their feet right now for that 3D.
Well, he has 54 laps to go.
And you got to know he's been studying right now. He's been studying Curtis. He's been studying the lap traffic. He's trying to figure out which is the lane to move when it matters. And now here it matters. However, he's got lap traffic up ahead, both side by side for the lead. Durham with the nose.
Bowling ball.
bumper tag, and Dietz does not want to make contact, but he does. Does this take down a tire? Durham all sides
think he's
down
all right.
the straightaway.
Tires up.
Oh my
That was a
goodness.
moment.
That was a big moment.
And now Durham's probably just done with everyone. The ball has been unleashed.
Oh boy, folks, I think we've got some bullhorns out now.
Is Washington his China shop? That is the question.
You would have to be, and you know he's not going to cut the 76 any respect when he cuts back on his back bumper. He might even break out the horns just to pass him. Wow, and I don't know if I were to guess, being up here and not on the track, 76 didn't mean to get into him. But a little bit of brake pedal could have been
Could have
convenient.
gone a long way.
Yeah, Dietz right now in 9th place. So at this point in time, not going to make the chase for the Nextel Cup Series.
Oh.
47 laps to go. Chris Curtis, if there's radios allowed in this event, you know his crew's saying, hey, just saying, but you have 4 seconds ahead of your nearest competitor.
Yeah.
But those 4 seconds are just insurance for moments like that.
Remember, the 13 got shoved by the 74, maybe payback. Not really. But, yeah, got hit again there. And returning to the racetrack, the 67 machine.
Mackenzie Dietz. Oh, Curtis on the outside. And guess who just got his lap back? Oh, Curtis sideways. Now, if I'm going to argue in the opposite direction,
Oh, contact with the 64.
if I'm going to argue in the opposite direction for the 76 of Dietz,
Yeah.
he's going for as many laps he can get back.
How many laps down is he?
He is currently seven laps down.
Almost there. Oh, Durham almost catches the 77 in the intersection. Lost some time, but the big key in the event that a caution comes out, there's only one car in between Durham and the 74 of Curtis. And now there's no cars in between them. And now there's
I gotta say this.
one.
I was looking through my scoring.
Woohoo! Almost lost your leader right there.
And
Durham's coming, man.
I gotta clarify.
Yes.
I made a big time error. I was reading my scoring wrong on my phone. Dietz is 26 laps in.
You're close.
No, not even.
That 74 has been threading it through the crossover. There, I made someone happy.
You made Schaefer happy.
Durham is closing.
Closing in. Durham holds the fastest lap of the race so far. His best lap just recently clicked over. Lap number 108, 16.2. Chris Curtis, second fastest lap of the race on lap 55, 16.320. So those two are, Durham proves to be so far tonight the fastest car of the entire race through and through up to this point. But Durham has just not gotten that luck he needs in this race. Curtis, he's making his own luck.
Yeah. He's not given any room.
So less than a second and a half between your first and second place runners.
Now, we've talked about this scenario, Tommy. The 83 right now, he doesn't want to lose this advantage, but he's now fallen half a lap behind the 74.
And that can bury you in a hurry because guess what? The leaders aren't going to worry about you anymore. They're going to just try to keep going.
Durham lost a little bit of room. In fact, he's lost a lot of time, it looks like. And I think it's right here. These intersection issues. Here's third place, 83. Well, we said it, Tommy. Rhythm. They finally got to that point.
Yeah. You got to find your rhythm, and the problem is everybody else is on a different beat. You see your leader, Chris Curtis, kind of just cruising at the moment.
It's busy in front of him.
5 seconds back is Durham in his 3D machine. 5 second equates to about a straightaway, a little bit more than a straightaway on this racetrack.
Oh boy.
And remember, Wilkinson, Jeffrey, running such a good race, still in fourth, but now at risk of going a lap down to Curtis.
Again.
Wilkinson allows Curtis to go by. Now Dietz under pressure for another lap down.
Do you think if he goes another lap down, that'll ruin his day? Do you think Dietz is like, well, I'm going to pretend like I'm on the lead lap, see if I can beat you?
I mean, again, he's still proven he can run with the fast drivers. He qualified second. And just bad luck, unfortunate luck, took him out early.
This is going to end up holding up the 74.
Ooh, yeah, it is. Durham doesn't know, but he's probably licking his chops. This is the best thing that Durham can ask for right now.
Outside of like a caution, baby.
That too, that would help. He just don't want to be the caution.
25 laps to go at the line. Oh, in front of your leaders, there's contact.
Oh boy. Oh boy, the drama just keeps thickening up. As soon as you think that it's a done deal.
You're never safe in a figure eight.
Never safe in a figure eight.
Durham's got a lot of cars in between himself and the leader. There's your leader. There's Durham. And that would be an issue for Durham if the caution did come out.
Curtis is so wrapped up behind Dietz right now.
Right?
But
there's those two, but look at this.
But Durham is so wrapped up with some lap traffic. You got to play it safe through here. There he goes. Jeffrey, Steve Durham is literally on the hunt right now. He's doing everything he can. He just recently on lap 125 pulled out an even faster lap that he's had all race long.
Yeah.
Problem is, Curtis, 5/1000ths of a second slower recently on lap 117.
Yep.
So both of these drivers still have some good left in their cars. A caution literally could change everything for both Durham and Curtis.
Or these moments where drivers blow up in front of people. You can't get comfortable.
Ricky Dietz, man, in the 7th spot, trying to make sure he does not go another lap down. To be fair, he's not really holding up your leader. So Ricky Dietz right now, in fact, if you're Curtis, you know, you and I have not raced too much in figure eight racing, but
look at this.
Do you use him as your ice pick? Does he get through the big stuff?
He's your shovelhead. But now he's got two fast cars in front of him, and they're not going to make this easy.
Durham slipping back. He is closing in on being a half lap behind.
Yeah, but I think this scenario, although there's only 16 laps to go, like I said, you got to just kind of, if you're the 74, maybe just be comfortable with this. At some point, because these drivers, we know, we talked to them. They'll look at the scoreboard. They'll find something. I don't know if they can see the scoreboard over here.
I don't know, not from here. Maybe Orange Show and maybe the Speedrome.
Speedrome definitely. Oh, literally.
Yeah, this scoreboard is pretty far away.
Why don't you tell me how far Durham is back right now?
I can tell you right now, when he crosses the line, he is 5.5 seconds behind Curtis.
Okay.
He's gained a 10th every lap.
Oh, he hits the 76. Why don't you tell me this lap, how far back Durham is?
Durham has gained a 10th every lap, this time by 4.5
seconds. Oh, and look at this in the intersection. The caution flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen,
a caution could
this
change everything.
Changes everything.
Well, if you're in Washington.
What the heck happened here?
If you're in Washington, you're just right now crossing your fingers and your toes on this restart.
This incident has another repercussion, Tommy. Remember, you mentioned the street stocks themselves are racing for something, right?
Yep.
The 13 in this incident just got passed by the 64. Folks, there is no lap traffic between Durham, Larson, and Curtis.
I think for next time, Trevor, I'm going to have to bring a mouse pad. Because working on this table,
We're
it
going
literally
green.
moves minutes. Yep. Here we go.
14 lap shootout, ladies and gentlemen, here on lowbudget.tv, and not a good restart for Durham. Oh.
He's still closer than he was. So the 2017 track champion, Chris Curtis, looking to become $5,000 richer. Steve Durham looking to take that $5,000 back home with him to Indianapolis and collect his first Outlaw Figure 8 race victory in his career. Larson in the third spot, and the number 83 is looking to survive.
How many laps are the 64 and 13 separated by? Durham
They're on the same lap.
is there, and that's going to be a battle for fifth. Like I said, that's a big deal for those street stock drivers, not just pride on the line. But Tommy?
Durham is shrinking the gap. Curtis is not liking what he's seeing behind him.
Yeah, be careful. Here he is. Change for position for the street stocks.
So up to the fifth spot now, the 13 of Bruce.
And they're going to be battling right in front of your leaders. This is everything you want to see in a race, but maybe not if you're the leader of the 74. Battle for fifth right in front of your leaders. It will make a big difference to those drivers. Street stock money on the line.
And they might even not even know until now that they were that close.
Oh, be careful!
Chris Curtis with a bumper, and that makes a bobble.
Here comes Durham.
And he got a shot from Dietz from behind. Jeffrey, 7 laps to go at the stripe. 7 to go. All right, Durham, you got to make it count when it matters. And if you're Curtis, you got to do everything you possibly can to keep the bull from behind. You do not want this out-of-towner to go home with your money. And potentially more lap traffic through the crossover.
Durham is doing everything he can to stay on that rear bumper.
5 laps to go.
The final 5 laps. It took us 150 laps. We knocked out a lot of cars. But it comes down to this.
It's an open window right now for Curtis. He's got fresh air ahead.
Durham is the bull. And what did you say about Durham, Tommy, and his luck trying to win these races?
Oh, bobble. A bobble, but Durham having to slow down. Chris Curtis feeling the pressure. Durham as well. These two are driving terrible right now, but trying to win the biggest race in Washington.
Indianapolis is on its feet, rooting for Durham to take home the win.
And
Curtis is doing everything he can to keep it home.
And all the local favorites cheering on their hometown hero.
Durham is there, Tommy. He can make a move with 2 laps to go. This is it.
Still clean sailing until
Lap
now.
traffic.
Until now.
Oh, be careful. You don't want this to end your day.
1 to go.
White flag is in the air.
In front of your leaders. And side
This
by
is
side.
it, coming for the win. Durham makes his move to the inside, the 74. Curtis loses it, but he gets in and spins it out.
Steve Durham out of turn number 4. Checkered flag at the Evergreen Cup. A last lap pass through traffic. And Curtis gonna slip back to 3rd.
Oh, he knows he's lost it, Tommy. The 74. Lap traffic came into play. The last restart changed everything, and the driver that comes out from Indianapolis has taken home the win. And the 83 is excited too. Oh my gosh.
One hell of a race, Jeffrey.
How do you think he's feeling right now?
Not the best. He had it. Jeffrey, he had it. He had the lead on the white flag. And there's the bull, your winner, Steve Durham.
One of the craziest finishes I've seen in a long time here.
Tommy? Start booking flights for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Evergreen Cup 2019, here we come.
One driver was willing to make this drive from Indianapolis. And
paid
I hope
off.
he rubs this in all of the other Indy guys' faces.
Oh, everybody at home watching from Indianapolis right now, this could be you.
Yeah. Come on out. Join us next year. Tommy, how about that for Durham?
Unbelievable.
There's second place. The agony of defeat right there.
Oh, man. You gotta
He
feel
led, what, the last
He just tossed his helmet, man. He's over it. The bull, Steve Durham. He's going to have 4 cigarettes after that race.
Oh, there are things getting thrown right now. But that's the thing. As a competitor, that's all you can do.
Curtis,
I
I
think
don't know if he's upset or if he's just like, damn.
I think he's mother effing some lap cars right now.
Uh-huh. The bull, Steve Durham.
What a finish.
Oh, my God. And, Jeffrey, this is the stuff that we're used to seeing.
Hey, and it wasn't
In
Ron
figure eight
Davis'
racing.
fault this time.
I mean, if we were to take low-budget TV's coverage since last year, we've seen more last lap passes.
There he is, your winner.
He's exhausted. He's done. He's spent. But he is a champion of the Evergreen Cup.
Your winner out of this car, Steve Durham.
Oh, my gosh. I can't wait to hear second place interview, too. 83 is going to be like, hey, that's nice.
All right, well, let's take a look at that replay here.
Which one?
The one, the last lap.
Please do. Do you still have the replay of what created that restart?
I'm not even touching that one yet. But here it is, the last lap pass.
Just everything right in front. Right in front of your leader. So reminiscent of what happened at Orange Show last year.
And around goes Curtis. Durham coming to the line. We'll send it downstairs to victory lane.
I got one spot out of it. That was one of the craziest figure 8 races we've seen in a long time here at Evergreen Speedway. What do you think of all that chaos out there?
Oh, that was a fun race. I wish it was that way every weekend.
Who do you want to thank?
I got Brunch Ball Concrete Pumpkin. I got Rep and Rail. I got Gunderson Speed Shop, Simon Serene. Everybody helped get the car together.
All right, second place tonight, Zach Larson. Third place tonight in the 74 car, Chris Curtis. Chris, definitely not the finish that you were looking for there. Kind of a crazy last lap there. A big, strong race, but it was just a crazy race altogether.
Yeah, it was really crazy. You know, the lap traffic, you know, makes it a lot better show for you guys out here. I'm happy you guys had a great show tonight. And, you know, I'm really looking forward to doing this again next year and coming back and doing this again. Fortunately, you know, I got around during lap traffic and, you know, came down the last lap. Lap traffic did it to me. So, you know what? It's the way it goes. It's racing.
Who do you want to thank?
Man, I want to thank my whole crew. Thermotech powder coatings, you know, they did a 24-hour turnaround for me on that body and looks beautiful. And, you know, I've got to thank them and Bulldog Haven Northwest and Bud Barton's Glass, Bulldog Haven. You know, thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, right there. Third place tonight, Chris Curtis. Your winner tonight, the first ever winner of the Evergreen Cup. A final lap pass from Indianapolis, the 3D, the pole, Steve Durham. Steve, what were you thinking going to that final lap and then going into that far south turn over there?
Well, we broke something about 75 laps in, so he just wanted to walk around the whole time. In the last lap, he just got to give it everything he got. And luckily, he passed me like that earlier in traffic, and it just worked out where I got around him that time. So, good clean racing.
You've raced in a lot of places across the country. This is probably one of the crazier figure eight races you've seen in a while with the slower traffic there.
You guys had the wildest intersection, and I run a lot of tracks.
So when they say it's the most dangerous intersection on the planet, they're not lying, what you're saying.
I think you're running second on that one, but it's real close.
All right, who do you want to thank?
I got to thank all my sponsors. My brother, he's been with me. Shelby, Ryan, they brought the church with me, and then, man, all the guys here, they've been just, you know, real friendly and greet us well and everything. So get us a place to stay, hang out, work on the cars. So it's been a real great week.
$5,000 richer. My question is, will you be back next year to defend your title?
Yes, sir.
All right, your winner of the Evergreen Cup, Steve Dunham.
And just like that, the Evergreen Cup.
He said second. Well, so, Tommy?
That's a wrap. I'm speechless. I mean, that was, I will say it again and again, folks. If you're getting used to figure eight racing.
Tommy, you're being summoned.
Yeah, yes. What? No, that's not us. That's next door.
Well, you didn't call the tickets, Tommy, the raffle tickets. Now no one at home's going to know if they won. I'm sorry.
I wonder if Bob Jenkins ever got this at Darlington.
Hey.
Where, like, I'm making an emotional speech right now.
Yeah.
About how Steve Durham just won his very first ever figure eight race. But I had to call off the blue raffle tickets. Folks, thank you all for joining with us here at Evergreen Speedway. We absolutely had a blast, and we cannot wait till next year.
Oh, spread the word. I want to see more of you guys.
Invited or not, we're coming back. So we this figure eight stuff is, if you're new to it, welcome to the family. If you've obviously been around it all your life, we just saw another amazing
150
battle.
laps.
And it took to the last one to figure out who's going to win.
And, Tommy, there's going to be a lot of highlights from this one.
Oh, yeah.
Low Budget TV on Facebook. If you haven't liked the Facebook page, we know a lot of people watching from the East Coast and middle of the country and all that. And it's probably late for them, but folks, we love doing this stuff. And
we're happy to have you come along with us.
Oh, yeah. You folks are what make this possible for us to do it. We couldn't do it without you. So from us, Tommy and Jeffrey at Low Budget TV, thank you for tuning in and joining us for this event. And, yeah, Tommy, like you said, guess what? we get to do it all in about a month.
At Orange Show Speedway, the West Coast Short Track Nationals, and at Orange Show Speedway, San Bernardino, California.
We're going to have more Indy cars. We're going to have the Washington boys and maybe girls come on down. I just want to point this out. The 13 car was the car that brought home the 5th place finish. Oh, man.
Well, time to wrap it up and see you all in November, Orange Show Speedway, for the final figure 8 chapter of the 2018 season. Thank you all for joining with us. We love each and every one of you, and we will see you
at the races. Good night, everybody.
Night.